this is what? We need to know the basic angle. Some books they call it fundamental angle.
Okay.
Now, what is this basic angle or fundamental angle? This basic angle or fundamental angle, from now onwards, I call it basic angle, easier to pronounce. So I call it basic angle. Now, this basic angle is an acute angle. I have typed in blue color. It is an acute angle. Now, this acute angle is the angle with the x-axis, not with the y-axis. Okay, so now we look at one example of an angle in the first quadrant. Now, in the first quadrant, you look at this red line here, this red line, which is the x-axis. Now, what is the angle made by the black line with the red line? The angle with the black line with the red line, it is this angle here. Okay, this angle here. Now, this angle here, how much is the angle? 48.7.
48.7.
Okay, 48.7. This is the original angle. We call it theta. The original angle, we call it theta. But I want to look at it in another way. What is the angle between this line and the x-axis? The angle between this line and the x-axis, okay, is called the basic angle. So this red color angle and the blue color angle, they are the same. So I say that the basic angle is also equals to the original angle, the theta. Okay, the theta. Want to look at another quadrant to see the difference? First
Yep.
quadrant, there's no difference. Because in the first quadrant, the angle is an acute angle. The acute angle with the x-axis is also the same angle, so we cannot see the difference between the basic angle and the actual angle itself. Okay or not? Right. So we
Mm-hmm.
look at the second quadrant to see what is the difference. Here we can see the difference. Okay. Now you look at an angle in the second quadrant. Okay. The angle in the second quadrant is defined by this blue line. By this blue line. What is the size of that angle? This one.
Angle 36,
136.8.
36.8.
This is the actual angle. This is the actual angle. Now, from our definition of basic angle, what is the acute angle with the x-axis? Can it be this blue line? This blue line is no longer an acute angle. What is the acute angle with the x-axis? This is the one, right? This is the one. This is the acute angle with the x-axis. So although the angle is 136.8 degrees, the basic angle is not 136 degrees. It is 43.2 degrees. How to get 43.2 degrees? Now you just look at the diagram here. I know the blue color line. I want to get the red color angle. Okay, the blue color angle is the actual angle. It is 136.8. Now I want to know what is this acute angle that it make with the horizontal x-axis. It is this angle, the red color angle. How to get this one? You use 180.
180 minus the theta.
Correct. You use 180 degrees minus theta. Now here, uh, I call the theta the original angle, the angle that we are interested in. Then the basic angle is the angle that comes from the calculator. So when we press the calculator, we only get the basic angle. We cannot get the actual angle that we are interested in. So in order to get the actual angle that we are interested in, you use 180 minus theta. Okay or not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you remember this, huh? For the second quadrant, in order to get the actual angle, you use 180. Sorry, not this one. This one. 180 minus the basic angle. Hey, what is this? Okay, this one, sorry. In order to get the actual angle, you have to use 180 minus the basic angle. Where does this basic angle comes from? It comes from our calculator. When you press your calculator, they will give you the basic angle. Why they give you the basic angle only? Because they don't know which angle you are. You didn't tell the calculator that your angle is in which quadrant. So the calculator cannot tell you. So you have to decide for yourself which quadrant your angle is in, then you do the calculations accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or not?
Yep.
Okay, right. Now we're going to look at another angle. Okay, this time the angle is in the third quadrant.
Okay.
Okay, we look at an angle. What is this? We look at an angle in the third quadrant. Now this is an angle in the third quadrant. The size of the angle in the third quadrant is 217 degrees. This is the angle that we are actually interested in. It is given by this blue line here. This is the angle. It is from the positive x-axis until the angle, until the black line in the third quadrant. Okay, so this is the actual angle. But from the calculator, they will only give you the basic angle. Where is the basic angle? The basic angle is the acute angle with the horizontal x-axis. So where is the angle with the acute angle with the x-axis? This is the acute angle with the x-axis. Okay, so this is the basic angle, and this angle is the one given to us by the calculator, because the calculator cannot guess which quadrant we want, so they just give you the basic angle only. Okay, now knowing the basic angle, you want to get back the actual angle theta. How to do? You use 180 plus the basic angle, you will get the actual angle in the third quadrant. Okay or not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is basic angle? Basic angle is the acute angle with the horizontal axis. I have drawn red color there, the horizontal
Yep.
axis. Now, many students, they are very confused. They think that, oh, the acute angle with the y-axis, because they can see clearly this angle here. They thought, oh, this is the basic angle. No, okay? It is never with the y-axis. It is always, no matter which quadrant, it is always the acute angle with the x-axis, with the x-axis. So this is the basic angle. From this basic angle, you must get back the original angle, the angle that you are interested in. So how to get? You use 180 plus the basic angle, you will get the angle in the third quadrant. So we're going to look at the fourth quadrant. How to get the angle in the fourth quadrant? Okay, we look at this one. Okay, now this is an angle in the fourth quadrant. The angle is defined by the black line. So the angle is actually from the x-axis, positive x-axis, turn anti-clockwise until the fourth quadrant. So this is an angle in the fourth quadrant. The size of this angle is 320.53 degrees. 300.53. So this is the angle that we are interested in. Okay. However, the calculator cannot give us this reflex angle. Okay, this one is called the reflex angle. This one is called reflex reflex angle.
Okay.
Okay, so this is called a reflex angle. So the calculator will only give us the basic angle. Now, how is this basic angle related to the actual angle itself? This is the relationship. The relationship is here. This is the one. Okay, so you use 360 degrees minus the basic angle, minus this basic angle, you will get the angle in the fourth quadrant. Is this okay?
Yep.
Use 360 minus the basic angle, You'll get this one. Now, how do I know what is the basic angle? Basic angle is the acute angle. Acute angle means angle that is less than 90 degrees. Acute angle. This is this is the acute angle, right? Acute angle. This one. Okay. So most of the time, the calculator they don't know which quadrant your angle is in. When you press the calculator, they will supply you with the acute angle, or we call it the basic angle. So in order to get the original angle, you must perform certain mathematical operations.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Then I have summarized all the things here. I've summarized all here.
Okay.
Okay. Now the summary is like this. This blue line here divides the Cartesian plane into four quadrants. Okay, in the first quadrant, the angle is between 0 and 90 degrees. The sine, cosine, and
Pos-
tangent,
All
they are
positive.
all positive. And the actual angle is actually the same as the basic angle provided by the calculator. So the
Okay.
actual angle is the same as the basic angle provided by the calculator. Okay, then in the second quadrant are those angles between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. In this quadrant, the sine is positive, cosine is negative, tangent is negative. And how to get the actual angle? You use 180 minus the basic angle, you will get the actual angle. Okay. Now
Okay.
here, this is the third quadrant. The third quadrant, there are angles between 180 degrees and 270 degrees. So this is from this line until this line here. So these are the angles in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, the sine theta is negative. Cosine of the angle here is negative. Tangent is positive. And how to get the actual angle? You use 180 plus the basic angle, and you will get the actual angle. Okay.
Okay.
In the fourth quadrant, there are angles between 270 and 360 degrees.
360.
So in this quadrant, sine is negative, cosine is positive, and tangent is negative. How to get the actual angle? You use 360
360 minus basic
minus
angle.
the basic angle, right? Now,
Okay.
there are these are the questions here. Do you think you can find the angle? The calculator will only supply you with the basic angle. Can you find back the actual angle?
1 second.
Okay. Now Mike, I guide you first. I show you the first question here. Okay. How should I approach this? Okay. You have your calculator with you?
Yep.
Okay. So the sine theta is 0.6137. Okay. Find the basic angle. So you take your calculator, shift sine or arc sine 0.6137. What is the basic angle given by the calculator?
0.0107.
No, it cannot be so small. Shift, you don't use radian. Switch to degrees. Switch to degrees.
I mean degree.
Degree mode. Okay. So the basic angle is 37.86 degrees.
It's sine 0.6137, right?
No. Arc sine. Shift sine.
Oh, not bad.
Shift sine.
Oh yeah, 37 point. Yeah, sorry.
37.86. But this angle only gives us it is the basic angle. We don't know the actual angle. So to find the
Mm-hmm.
actual angle, I do like this. Okay. Okay. Can you see the sine theta here? It is positive or negative, the number here?
Positive
Positive means it comes from the third quadrant or the
in the
first
first
quadrant.
quadrant.
Now, if the angle comes from the first quadrant, it will be the same as the basic angle. Can you see this thing here? If
Yep.
it comes from the first quadrant, it will basic angle. So the first answer will be 37.86. That is the
7.86.
first answer. Now, if the angle comes from the second quadrant, you have to perform this mathematical calculation. You use 180 minus the basic
Minus
angle
basic
you found,
angle.
and that will be the second answer.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your answer? The two angles, they are this one,
37.86 and
37.86.
142.14.
Okay, correct. Okay, so now for the B, can you find the basic angle? You have to type shift cos.
76.25.
Yes, very good, 76.25. Now, sine positive. Sorry, cosine positive.
Cosine positive will be
Which quadrant?
first or fourth quadrant.
First or fourth, correct. First is here, fourth is here. If it is first, then you just copy down the basic angle.
76.25 or 283.75.
Very good. Okay, very good. So this will be the answer. Okay. Now this one, tangent 2.78.
2.7825, 70.23.
Correct, 70.23. And
Positive
uh,
positive tangent will either be third or first.
yes,
So
correct.
180 plus 70, which will be 250.
Okay. So the answer will be 70 to 50, correct. Now this time it is negative number.
Negative.
Now I don't know whether your calculator can accept shift sign then bracket the
Can, can,
negative
can,
number.
can, can,
Can.
can,
Or
can,
can
can.
they will give you the acute angle, I think.
Negative 50.61.
It is not useful. Not useful. So you do it without the negative sign. You do it without the negative sign. Let's say
Okay,
shift
which
sign.
you get 58.61 still.
Okay,
Okay.
658. Then using our knowledge of the positive and negative sign, sign negative comes from this
180
angle.
plus or
Yes,
360
correct,
minus.
correct.
So it's either 238.62 or 301.38.
Correct. Okay.
Okay.
So the rest I think you know already.
I
So
know, yeah.
so we don't have to go through all.